Morning, YouTube. Looks like we got a couple of squirrels out here enjoying the feeder. Okay guys, so the next step on this thing then is to weld this back on here, the stop. That'll be the stop for the cant. Now the problem with the Cook sawmill is down at that end, if you see I have that sticking down about a 1/16, and that's because if you look on the painting here, or not the painting but the picture, this stainless steel doesn't come all the way to the edge here, so there's a 1/16 of an inch there. So when you use these stops, they have to be all the way against this stop that they have on this 1.5 inch square tube. So you need that 1/16 of an inch at the very end to hold this thing level on here. So that's why I'm lowering that a 1/16. So I'm going to put that on this one and this one here. The stop goes on the back of that, and then a bolt gets welded onto it. I'll show it to you when I'm done. And then I got to start to cut these other squares out here. So give me a little chance to weld this and then I'll get back to you. So one of the guys had mentioned that I have a brake, and you're looking at it there. Now the problem with it is it's down on the floor, and in order to bend 16 gauge you need to have that thing bolted down, especially when you're bending 8 inches wide. It's not really hard to bend, it's just, you know, to get it fastened properly. And I'm not down there with it. I got to get it mounted on something, which I haven't done yet, and then clean that thing up. But I'll tell you what, I actually like welding these, and I wouldn't just bend them. I'm not saying that it wouldn't work. Okay, it's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is when you weld them, they don't easily bend back. If you bend them, you get this big curve in the radius, and it's harder to get them exact. Like I have these things, you know, made exactly a certain width here within a 1/16, and I don't want to have any problems with trying to bend it with something else. But anyway, that's my response to that. But the guy has a good idea. I just don't think it would work for what I want to do. But anyway, so I have those bolts and stuff welded on there. I got to do a little bit of grinding to clean it up, and then I'll show you what I got there. Okay guys, so those are they're finished there now, the bevel siding jigs. Those are finished as far as any kind of welding or anything goes, grinding. All I'm doing now is putting a coat of self-etching primer on them. And once that dries good, I'll want to do the inside with the primer. And then I'll paint them orange to go with the mill. So that's another set of them that'll be going out then. Okay guys, so that's the second coat of paint on there. And got paint on the underside of this, which I wanted to do. So all I have to do now is let that dry good. It's probably going to take a half an hour or so. And then I can spray them orange one coat. And that'll take a little longer with the orange paint, but I'm hoping to be able to ship these out. It won't be tomorrow. I'll ship them out on Friday because they won't be exactly wet on Thursday, but they'll sort of be, I don't know, it's not totally dry, this enamel paint, you know what I mean? What's going to happen with it is that it's going to stick to the paper that I put it in. So I'll wait till Friday to ship them out. Okay guys, that's the first coat of orange, and just in case you're wondering, it's just regular gloss protective enamel from Rust-Oleum, and it's just about the exact color of the Wood Miser. So that's the color I chose to paint them. In my opinion, it is the exact color, but not exactly the best picker of color, but anyway, it's just orange, as you can see there, gloss enamel. So that's the first coat on there. It tells you to leave it sit for a little bit. I'm thinking of half an hour to an hour. I have to check it out a little. I do have heat on in here, so it's good to dry. It'll take a little bit for it to dry, but that's fine. I'll get back to you when I get the other coat on. Okay guys, well, this is the end of the day here. It's already dark out. I just put this last coat of paint on those on the outside. I only put a light coat of orange on the inside, but I also put the rust preventative on the inside. But on the outside I have 2 coats of orange paint. So I'll leave them sit for 2 days and they'll be able to be mailed out then. So thanks for watching the video. If you have any questions about it, or if you need anything for your sawmill that maybe I can help you with, don't be afraid to respond. Have a good one. Good night.